final prediction, and this is week 2 of the playoffs. They call this the Divisional round. We had some exciting things take place in the wild card round last week. Do you guys remember what was some of the things that you kind of maybe expected or upset about or excited about? What do you guys remember?
Well, honestly, when it comes to all the games,
really there wasn't really any upsets. Like, I predicted the Cowboys to win.
Yeah.
I thought, that was kind of 50-50. It really might have been more in the 49ers' favor. I almost called them the Giants.
Yeah.
I always do that. I always mix up San Francisco Giants.
Well, there's a baseball team.
Baseball Giants. So if I ever say San Francisco Giants, or if I ever say the Giants, I'm not talking about New York.
Yeah.
Just remember that the 49ers.
Gotcha.
But that was kind of, it was kind of 50-50, so it wasn't really a big surprise. All the other matches weren't surprises.
The Bengals and the Raiders was actually a good game, and the Cowboys 49ers, even though it was not what we wanted, even though I did predict it, I'll rag on that, I did predict the 49ers would win. It was still a close game. It was a competitive game. All the rest, Chiefs and Steelers blowout, Buffalo and Patriots blowout, Rams and Cardinals blowout. So now maybe we'll get some more even matchups this week. And I'm going to say this. Now, after last week, I was perfect. I don't want to brag or toot my own horn, but I got them all right. The first that's a shock.
Has that ever happened?
Well, we've never predicted. There's less games to play, in a regular season. But we'll see what happens. This week, I decided to up the points even more. If you get a correct pick, you get 5 points. And if you get what we call, we don't really call it anything, but if, say, Ethan makes a prediction, say he picks the Packers, and we both take the 49ers, and he gets that, and he's the sole picker, he's going to get 10 points. Okay, right now I've got 117 points, Ethan's got 109, and Brady's got 105. So it literally could completely change after this week if some picks were made. We'll start, it's Saturday morning, we got 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow, and we're going to start with the Cincinnati Bengals today at 4:30, traveling to the number 1 seed, Tennessee Titans. And Ethan, you usually pick for us first, so I'm going to let you pick the Bengals or the number 1 seed, Titans.
Well, I don't know. Bengals have had a great season. I've seen a lot of their games this year. But Tennessee, I don't think I've seen one Tennessee game this year. I don't think I have.
I don't think I have either.
But who am I going to say? Well, Tennessee definitely does have a better record. Bengals have been looking good in the past couple of weeks.
We're probably going to have to watch the Bengals game anyways.
But who do I think is going to move on?
Now, I will say this, and I'm not sure if you're up on it. Their number 1 running back, Derrick Henry, who dominated the first 8 weeks, then got injured. This is the Titans. And Derrick Henry is probably the number 1 back in football. He is the number 1 back in football. He literally had like the 3rd most yards all season on all running backs, around 3rd. And he only played 8 weeks. So he only played half the season. That's how much better he is. He's back. He's playing today. So I will say that, even though their backup has done well.
Now, who's my pick for this game? I was already, even before you informed me of this, I was already going to say Titans.
Titans,
are
okay.
the number 1 seed. They've been winning a lot of games. They've earned their number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Titans beat the Bengals. The playoffs are over for the Bengals too.
What do you think?
I already said
You said Bengals.
Titans.
Oh, Titans. Yes, Titans. I put you down. Titans. Brady has Titans. This is a tough one. I think Cincinnati is definitely on the rise. I think in the next year to 2, couple years, Burrow could be the MVP. I think he's that good. Plus with their rookie wide receiver, Chase. But I'm going to go Tennessee. I've said Tennessee has been out all year. To me, this is the number 1 seed that I can't believe they're number 1. They lost Henry. They had some other injuries, but they keep winning. And so they're home. I'm going to go Tennessee as well. We'll see. I think the AFC Championship goes to Nashville next week because they're the number 1 seed. We go on to the later game. The San Francisco 49ers, who beat the Cowboys last week, taking on the number 1 seed who had the bye, the Green Bay Packers. Brady, you go first.
Packers.
Packers for Brady. You have you want to elaborate at all on your pick there?
Packers.
Packers, okay. What about you? Oh, my turn. I will go next. I'm going to say Packers as well. This is a tough one. I know we say that a lot, especially as we get deep in the playoffs. They're all tough. These are hard to pick. 49ers are one of those teams they've been rolling. They did, they had a rough season, or up and down season, I should say. But they've been rolling. And sometimes when you watch a team and you're like, I remember the Ravens a couple years ago when they had Flacco. They just kept winning and winning. I'm like, this team's on a roll, and I don't think it was going to stop them, and they didn't. So that makes me nervous. The 49ers
They went to the Super Bowl.
They went to Super Bowl and reason, the Packers have dominated all year, and I think they're going to continue that. And I hate the 49ers, but I don't like the Packers either, so it's not really. I wish they both could lose, but that's not possible. I go Packers. I'll shut up for a second. Your turn.
I'm gonna say Packers too. Yeah, you're right. This might be a tough game to pick, but I just feel like it's got to be Packers. Packers are the #1 seed. They've been doing great this year.
Yeah.
Will they make it all the way to the Super Bowl? I think we can see that happen.
I think we could. But sometimes when that team that's like rejected, this is going to be it. They're the best. They can sometimes end up losing. We're going to go on to tomorrow's games. The other NFC game, the Los Angeles Rams, who beat the Cardinals last week easily, taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who beat the Eagles easily. So this would be my pick first.
This is tough.
This is tough.
So I could just go with
I'm gonna say.
I tell you what, how do you pick against Tom Brady? You know, I've never been a Brady fan. I'm not a Patriots fan. I did root for him last year. It's like he's older. He's 44. He's a little older than me by several years, 5 years. But you know, so now it's like he's kind of the underdog, and you know, he's still an MVP favorite. He still might win the MVP. I don't think he will, but I'm gonna go Rams. I really am, even though I don't think the Rams are that good, and I hope Tampa Bay wins. But I'm gonna go Rams on this one. They have a good team. They really do, and the Bucs are banged up. If you're convinced.
I don't know. When I was thinking about this, I was kind of leaning towards Tampa Bay winning.
Yeah.
But then you said that the Buccaneers are banged up.
They are, but they're not that banged up. They just have some injury.
No,
It's
if
tough.
Tom Brady out, it'd be over.
It's tough. This is a tough one. I don't know. But who do I want to win this game? Probably the Rams. I'd rather see them than Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay was in the last year.
Okay.
But who am I
Who
going to...
do you think will win?
I'm going to say... Tampa Bay.
Well,
I'm going with them.
so that means that
Might be
means
risky.
Brady ain't gonna be able to get the opposite. He was gonna go against whoever. Who do you think?
No,
Brady?
I was gonna go with whoever because I don't know. Rams.
You're gonna go Rams. All right. So that means if Tampa Bay wins, which they very well could, and they're at home and they have Tom Brady, they've got all the pieces to do that. Either way, 10 points and it would probably take the lead. We're going on to the final game tomorrow night. In my opinion, probably the best game, or at least on paper. You have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. We know the Chiefs have been to the last 2 Super Bowls, won one, lost one, but Buffalo has been rolling. And I tell you what, Buffalo started good, and then they went down, and I'm like, this ain't the team. They lost the Patriots. But after that, they have looked probably like the best team in football. Is it great to start to pick first?
No, Ethan.
Oh, it's Ethan's turn. We're back to the beginning.
Well, this is another tough one. Chiefs have been in the past 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And they've been in the playoffs the past couple of years.
And they got Mahomes.
They got Mahomes. This is tough because they're both great teams. But I'm going to say, of course, Kansas City, they are the #2 seed.
And there's an in Kansas City.
They're in Kansas City. So they'd probably be a little better, but I'm going to say Buffalo.
All right. Brady.
You're next.
I'm not next. You're
We're
next.
going in reverse.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Buffalo. I think the Chiefs have a lot of they've got a lot of history. They know how to win big games because they've been in the Super Bowl last 2 years. And Buffalo, growing up, I think Buffalo knew how to choke, but those guys are all retired. I'm going to go Buffalo, and Brady says Buffalo too. You're not going to go to Kansas City because you get 10 points if Mahomes wins. What do you got? No, I'm serious. You pick
I
what?
gotta make the front. Kansas City.
All right.
All right.
It should be good. And we got to make our Super Bowl predictions. We've done this for the last 4 or 5 weeks. We'll start with Brady. Who do you think is going to be worst case scenario for the teams left.
Oh my goodness, what's the worst case?
Not you first. You first.
Okay, that's a good idea. Let's
Like,
see.
what is like the, well, I do not want to see this. I'd have to think a second.
Jacksonville.
God, it's not- it's gotta be somebody who's
There's got to
in
be
the
somebody left. Got to be somebody left.
Oh,
Who
I
do
know.
I not want to see? Anybody in this whole game? I got it.
Bucks and Chiefs.
All right, Bucks versus Chiefs.
The
All right.
for me, the worst case scenario
Yeah.
for these playoffs, which team on both sides, AFC and NFC,
Yeah.
do I not want to see in the Super Bowl most? Has to be a rematch from 2 Super Bowls ago, Chiefs and 49ers. I don't want to see either one of them. That'd be the last team for each side that I'd want to be in.
Yeah, I think I might. You said Bucks and Chiefs. You said 49ers and Chiefs. I'm definitely going to say the Chiefs just because they've been in it twice. It would be between San Francisco and Green Bay. And I honestly, I put down Green Bay, but I kind of like Rodgers and everything. And I can't stand the 49ers. So I'll go with the same exact one.
I wasn't thinking about.
Um,
I thought Tampa Bay faced them.
I would be happy with the Titans.
Yeah,
I would be happy with the Bengals. I would be happy with Buffalo, just not Kansas City. And I'm fine. I don't really want the Rams to go. I don't know. I guess it would go for me. I want to see Bucks, then the Rams, then Green Bay, then San Francisco. But
What about Bills?
the AFC, I'm fine with the Bills going. I'm fine with the Titans going.
Bengals.
I'm fine with the Bengals going. I want them to go. I don't want Kansas City just because they've been there. I don't hate them as much as like Pittsburgh, but that's what it is. Enjoy divisional round today and tomorrow. We'll be back next weekend with picking the conference championships. Down to 4 teams. And so enjoy the weekend.